Thank you for the question. It's really now one of the hot issues, as our brother George mentioned. So yes, we had this decision in the December of last year. Holy Synod decided to found this Exarchate and two dioceses in Africa, Northern Africa and Southern Africa. Uh, of course, we have different aspects of this decision. First of all, we have our very big concern and sadness about the um, motivation of and about the decision of Patriarch of Alexandria, uh, uh, which uh, which was a real tragedy in our Orthodox world. It's started from the decision, from the wrong decision of Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople, and then, Patriarch Theodoros of Alexandria joined this decision about communication, about supporting schism in Ukraine, because this schism, this situation is Ukraine, in the um, real, in deep aspect of it. It's not church situation. It's not church motivation. It's not religious. It's very, very political. And of course, these groups, under the political influence, they made and they make a very big suffer for Orthodox Christians in Ukraine. Everybody knows it, I think, and it was real tragedy that some of patriarchs recognize these groups, support these groups, and in real followed just political decisions and politics themselves. It was President of Ukraine, Poroshenko, who provided this idea, and unfortunately, some of Christian leaders follow this very political motivation. And what about Africa? What about Alexandrian Church and our brothers who were in Alexandrian Church, but who couldn't accept this decision to support schismatics and to pray with them? Because that schismatics, they even had no consecrations. They were they had no ordinations as a bishops, as priests. It was just it's terrible. So people who wanted to continue to follow canonical way in the church because they believe that this way is the way to salvation, they asked our patriarch to join Russian Orthodox Church, and during 2 years we didn't make any decisions because we really hope that Patriarch of Alexandria will change his decision, and maybe Patriarch Bartholomew, or we have any kind of inter-Orthodox council who will decide, because we have only one way. We are we church who believe in synodality, in this way of taking decision in ecumenical church, but unfortunately no, and it was moving step by step in the wrong way. So also we couldn't keep that people more in that situation, because they lost their homes, they lost their churches and something like that, and we accepted they asking, and now they belong to our church, and they have again the opportunity to move on the way to salvation in canonical law. Because we know also that this um, uh, situation when all Africa belongs to Alexandrian Patriarchate, it's not based in ancient canons. It's just it's something new also. But of course, we have another aspects of creation, our Exarchate in Africa. As I mentioned already, we have very big field of humanitarian work in Africa. Our brothers waiting our help, and before we couldn't provide this work openly. I mean, so active because every time we coordinate these activities with Alexandrian Patriarchate, I remember by myself every time we never even visit one African country or church before asking him his blessings and something like that. And I can mention that he was not happy very much when Russian Orthodox Church had any activities there. And as we know now from that people, that African people were not so happy about what Alexandrian Patriarchate did there because um, they had some problems and they need more help, more activities than they had before. We can give them this. It's the second one. Third one, we have a lot of Russian people in Africa. Before also, and this is maybe we can put these points in different 1, 2, 3 and change this. I don't know which one is more important because we have the many Russian people in Africa uh, who need to pray and to have communion, to visit the churches. And before we told them visit Alexandrian churches every time, everywhere in canonic in territory of other church. We mentioned this. We have just 5 or 6 parishes in Africa, 2 in Egypt, in Morocco, in Tunisia, and South African Republic. That's all. But we have many people in other countries, and we told them, we teach them that they have to visit Alexandrian churches. But now we cannot do this because they recognize schism. We cannot pray together with them. That is why we need to build our churches and to open parishes for our people there. And fourth one, I also can say that the good result, the benefit of this decision will be that our relations with African churches will be more deep and more regular. If we have our structure there now, it will be more regular than that we meet time by time, even if we have commission, because we will have now bishops there, priests there, and it will be permanent contacts with Coptic Orthodox Church, Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which are our main partners in Africa, and also other denominations. So we hope to develop uh, our activities in pastoral service and many projects in Africa in cooperation with African churches. That's what can I say on this. So we have sadness in this situation. We're not happy that our brothers that we have to take this decision, but of course we have a lot of opportunities now to do something for African people, for African Christians, to help our interreligious dialogue in Africa. We met just a few days ago with ambassador of Egypt in Moscow, and he mentioned this, that he also Egypt also hope that we will do something for the religious dialogue, and of course we will, because we already have example of cooperation with our Muslim brothers and sisters in Russia, and we will bring this experience into Africa. Many African countries need this experience because many of them is Muslim majority or equal number of Christians and Muslims or something like that. So we have many fields for Africa. And also, I hope that the churches which not based in Africa, like Malankara Orthodox Church, will be our partners in this, and your organization, because UCP is very well known now, like this agency, like news agency, but also expert community for different issues in Orthodox world. also in Africa. Thank you very much for the.
Yeah, there was recently an allegation on the involvement of money, and I have also seen the harsh comments from the Patriarch of Alexandria regarding this issue. That means many are reporting that many people are the Russian Orthodox Church is distributing money among the people of Africa and trying to get them into the Russian Orthodox Church. What is the position of Russian Orthodox Church on this statement?
I can say that this clergymen who joined Moscow Patriarchate, of course, they had salary from Alexandrian Church before. They lost this salary during this time of almost 2 years. They lost, most of them lost their houses, churches, and their children lost the opportunity to study in schools in uh, different levels of school, something like that. They lost everything. They locked them. So of course we will give them salary again. I can say that it will not be much bigger salary or something like that. It's not. It doesn't mean that they get something and we will give because also it will be more or less equal. It doesn't mean that this is the reason. And during their expectation during 2 years, they lost a lot. If they want only money, I don't think they this way. They were in very difficult situation, and they never told us when you come. If you don't come, we change our decision. No, they mention every time it was the free decision because of canons, because of other reasons about salvation of their souls. It's not about money, but of course they will have salary. And we try to help now to them to rent or buy again houses. I don't know any places where to pray. They already started to build new churches, but you know now in Africa it's very simple kind of churches. But we will build a big cathedrals also. We will do it, I hope, because now in Russia many people want to support this project, and I think better to ask them which reasons they have when they took this decision. If we say about money, I say it's more or less equal. And what else? Uh, when I saw this and when I look at this clergymen and the people, faithful people, I see the faith in their eyes. I don't see the money in their eyes. I see the Christian faith, and I think uh, they are the people who believe in Christ very strongly, and they want to have salvation for their souls. So it's also sadness when uh, people, church leaders who took care about these very big groups of people, faithful people who were their children, now can say that they thinking about money. So what did you do with them during all these years? If your children are not Christians, are not believers, but only people like this, and how you can say this? It's sad to hear this, and I don't think that African Orthodox people uh, are this kind of people. It's also indicate a lot when church leaders say something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, we know that because our delegate from Africa, Wanjala Emmanuel, has already mentioned about this kinds of problems or these kinds of informations coming from Africa is not the right one. The faith is more important for the people of Africa. So they are trying to protect their faith and to stand with Russian Orthodox Church. It's a very happy news regarding their actions regarding protection of Orthodox faith.